everybody. Welcome to the show. It's another Tuesday. I hope you had a great long weekend. Feels like a Monday today. I almost forgot about the show, but hey, how was your guys this weekend?
Great.
I had a good weekend. Lots of trout.
Yeah, I seen the pics. Lots of big rainbows.
Yeah, I was on my holidays.
Yeah, what are those?
Few and far between.
Yeah. And I guess we're both pretty much working, I guess. Bobby was working. Actually, I had a couple days off. We hit Sylvan, put a sleigh on some whitefish, but that's about all.
I never done no fishing.
Pardon?
Quadding.
Oh,
no
yeah.
fishing in no quadding, no.
Went ripping. That's always fun, though, explore new areas.
Oh, yeah. Check out some hunting spots.
Sweet. So you got a spot for the trail camera next year.
Oh, yeah.
But who's going to win the game tonight? We got a Calgarian and a Edmontonian.
Oh, Calgary all the way.
Oh?
Got it.
What do you think, Chris?
No, I don't think Calgary's got what it takes.
No?
They're slipping pretty bad last time.
Slipping quick. Like quicksand.
Are they just going to deteriorate?
Yeah. Well, if they don't do something today, they're done.
Yeah. Just going to be a sweep from now.
They're still hanging on.
Yeah. What, so we're talking fly fishing. The first and foremost, I guess. What are you guys looking to target this time of year? Are you guys on streams, rivers, lakes? What's your kind of go-to right now?
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm on the ponds right now.
Yeah.
All the bugs are hatching. The fish are biting like crazy. It's hard not to.
I'd probably get on.
Go ahead.
I'd probably get on to some pike right now, or some central brown trout.
Yeah.
Chucking streamers.
Have you noticed, Chris, that the ponds have turned over yet in most areas, or?
Yeah, they've turned over in my area. They've turned over north of the city. I'm pretty sure everything's turned over pretty good for the small ponds and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Bobby, you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying we get on to some central brown trout streams there. And
yeah.
Do a little streamer.
On those streams, like what kind of streamers are you throwing?
I just like something small, white usually. Something like this. Little bait fish pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of chuck it in everywhere, every little nook and cranny. Run the banks. Seem to do well.
You're looking for those undercut banks and.
Yeah, undercut banks, and especially on a lot of the smaller streams. You know, that's where they're hiding. They're not sitting.
Oh, yeah.
They're underneath the bank, a couple feet.
Yeah. Do you? What size of rod are you using when you're chucking those streamers on those little streams?
I'd probably run a 6-weight.
Oh,
6-weight short leader, like 5-foot leader, just a 10-pound test. Mono.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2.
How long a leader were you running?
Like 5 feet.
Oh yeah.
Keep it nice and short, a little more control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's stickleback season right now.
That's the key.
Amber knows what I'm talking about. I gave her the lesson one time about stickleback streamers and all that. She has it on video. It's pretty funny.
Sticklebacks, minnows, anything kind of is the go-to right now.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys throw much leeches yet, or do you wait more for like a midsummer?
I don't usually use leeches that much, really.
No.
I'd throw a bunny leech right now.
Yeah.
Olive and white bunny leech.
On those smaller streams, besides those undercut banks, are you looking for any other areas to target?
Yeah, like bends, get into those corners. They'll usually sit in those nice pools, or the start of a drop off of a pool. There's not so much water, so they're pretty. If they're not on the banks, they're at the mouth of a hole. They're feeding.
Yeah. Do you find the inside corner bends you do good on those?
I like the outside corners. If it's a sharp drop, I like the outside corners.
Yeah.
They like to hang out underneath the willow bushes where there's a good shadow too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the sun being up so much longer these days.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thrown mouse patterns for browns?
Throwing it
No,
to
it's something I want.
browns, rainbows. Here, go under here. Oh, where's that? Missing an eye. It's got the nice little weed guard on it too, so you're not snagging up.
Have you done quite well on those before?
Yeah, some years better than others. It's conditions.
Yeah.
But and fish them at like dusk. I find dusk the best with a mouse, or at night.
Kind of when they're moving more.
Yeah.
On those. Pardon?
As you say, just toss her in there, get a good splash when they land. Like it doesn't got to be a nice gentle lay down. You just give her a good splash and then just twitch her in. And then if there's a fish there and it wants it, it's eating it.
Oh yeah, just like throwing a hopper or something.
Yeah, just like throwing a hopper.
Yeah, smash
you
it
can
down.
even be a little more aggressive with it too. You give a little wiggle and just they'll skirt in. And this one's a little fat. I like to have them a little lower profile.
Yeah.
So they sit a little flatter, but this one's not bad.
Yeah, make it look like a struggling mouse that just fell into a creek.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else you like to target this time of year?
I'd probably be on the bow, getting after the rainbows coming out of spawn and all that.
Yeah.
Start seeing some they'd be hungry.
Yeah.
Do a little nymphing.
What kind of nymph are you running this for them?
I just pretty much run the standard Prince Nymph, Hare's Ear, and San Juan. Just run the three of them, and it seems to work pretty good. Good.
That is a good combo. Then for those rainbows, you're just fishing those seams and the riffles.
Yeah. Ultra Law, I try to fish every nook and cranny, me personally. But yeah, if I was just to go walk up to the river and start looking at a spot, that's what I'm going to look at, the riffles.
Sweet. Do you ever float the bow?
I used to float the bow all the time. I don't mind it. It's busy.
Yeah.
Anytime I don't have time to float, it's usually a busy day, a Sunday or a Saturday. But I do like to float it.
Yeah, it seems like more and more every year there's more guides and boats on that river.
Guides, boats, jet boats, kayakers, just all around people general, which is great. People are getting out having a good time.
For sure. Have you seen that affecting the bite on the bow? Just with the pressure and the abundance of people?
Yeah, you do see it at sometimes. Like I found when I fish on a day off that I get, say maybe on like a Tuesday, if I can just book a day off, it's a little better, little relief from the weekend. But you get into like the end of the weekend, it's pretty hard hit, especially in the city.
Yeah.
What? You still catch fish? They still eat?
Yeah.
Better know.
Oh, look who's back. Did you fall down, Chris, or what?
Can you hear me now?
I don't know if he can hear us.
I can't hear you guys.
No, I can't. Is your volume up?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear me there?
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
You could hear us good before, though?
Yep. My phone overheated.
It overheated. What are you doing to it? Can you hear us good enough to talk for a bit, or do you have to log out?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we're just talking about the Bow River and the pressure that it's kind of seeing now. Very good, Chris.
Okay, let me go out and come back in.
Okay. Have you been seeing more and more garbage on the river this last couple of years?
Yes and no. You see a lot of people picking up garbage.
Yeah,
which is great.
that's sweet.
Lots of people out walking their dogs and stuff like that are picking up garbage. Anglers are picking up garbage. So it's not too bad. Still see lots of coconuts. Lots of coconuts.
Oh, yeah.
One's for
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah, no, it seems all right. Like I found more garbage like out in the mountains like last summer got pretty bad.
Yeah.
But city seemed a little bit better. Some of the spots that I went to anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been continually hearing that out west is still not doing great.
No.
With people pitching in to do their part.
Right from the border all the way up. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter which areas, but if it's west, it's getting pumped.
Yeah. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm trying to get her.
Do you have a little stand in there or what? I think it's got to stop playing with it.
Well, I can hear you guys a little bit, but it's really quiet.
Maybe we'll just talk louder.
Okay, there. It actually
we can talk louder.
We're good.
That's the spot.
Yeah, we got her.
What fish are you? Huh?
My phone was overheating for some reason.
Is it on the charger?
Yeah, it was plugged in.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Good?
Yep.
What have you been seeing on the ponds you've been fishing? Has there been a lot of garbage around them, or?
Oh yeah, tons of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're finding all kinds of stuff. You're pulling up to the boat launch, there's garbage all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good. No good.
Yeah, hopefully that changes with maybe a little more enforcement with all the fees we're paying for campgrounds and ground land and stuff. Hopefully that's going to a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's soon to be a new pay to camp down in the castle area.
Oh yeah.
Even for the rustic camping, it'll be $15 to $20 a night.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and we're finding like people are starting to like restrict access to us because of other people going there leaving a mess and starting fires and stupid crap like that, right?
Oh yeah.
And then when we show up there to fish our spot once a year, there's the landowner's like, "No, you guys ain't going across here." And we're like, well, we only come here once a year. We never leave a mess, but because other people have been all year long, they're like, "No."
Just a couple bad apples ruins it for everybody.
Yeah.
See a lot with hunting permission too. Same thing. Oh, these guys were tearing up our field. No, you can't come in here. It's terrible.
Oh, for sure. When you guys are nymphing streams this time of year, how much leader are you using? And like, what do you go down to, like a 4X, 5X?
Oh, I'll usually stick with like a 4X. That's probably about as low as I go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like long leaders, so I'll have like an 18-foot leader on most of the time, unless it's like a small stream or something.
Yeah. Do you what when you're running multiple nymphs? Do you have certain space you like a foot, 2 feet between them?
I like about 5 feet.
Between the nymphs?
Yeah.
Oh, look. Do you run
Yeah,
a strike? Do you run strike indicator with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big ring.
You're covering. The fish can see 5 feet.
Oh yeah.
No matter what. So you're covering a big section. They can see both those flies. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm more of like a 2 to 3 foot guy. Less flies in the air, less flies in the back of my head.
Yeah, I'm usually about 2.5.
Yeah. When you're seeing those hatches this time of year, are you guys running droppers?
Yeah, that's how I tie mine on, is with a dropper.
Yeah. What do you like to use for your indicator fly this time of year?
My indicator fly?
Yeah, if you're doing a dropper off your dry fly.
Oh, I see what you mean, like a hopper dropper. No, I actually don't really do that too much, but I just haven't tried it that much, right?
Oh yeah.
I would run small.
Pardon?
Oh, I said I'd run small, like Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Or like a beetle pattern with like a small light nymph underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I not so much this time of year, but when I run I'll run like a stimulator dropper with like 3 feet to a tiny nymph in those cold water streams for cutties and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my go-to setup the whole time, because if they're not hitting that, they're hitting that small beadhead nymph underneath it.
Yeah.
When you guys go for pike this time of year, what setups are you guys running for rod and reel and line?
I'd run an 8 weight.
I'm running one of them TFO ESOX 10 weights. I got I think 20 feet or 30 feet of sinking tip to it.
Yeah.
And it's a beast. I can cast flies like, man, I got flies that are like 16 inches long, and we slay a huge pike on them too. Amber showed me that trick. She took me out pike fishing that one time, and we caught monsters.
Yeah. What length of leader and what kind of leader do you guys run?
Oh, I just buy those titanium leaders that you buy at the fishing hole for like regular fishing, and I just tie that on to the end of the. I got about like 2 feet of a heavier mono or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you pike aren't line shy, really.
No. What kind of flies do you guys like to use? Do you go topwater in the spring kind of sometimes, or stick more to a big streamer?
I'm more of like around a couple feet under the surface with a big giant Buford.
Yeah, Buford. Right there. Oh.
Sweet.
Nice Buford like that.
Yeah.
Like something nice and flashy, articulated.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, they push a lot of water, right? It tickles their lateral line. They can't help it. They eat it.
Yeah, and there's so much flash off them too that they just they glow in the water.
What's your guys' favorite color to run?
Yellow and red.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, yellow, red, purple, black, or orange.
So just a mixture.
Just a mixture. Depends on light condition.
A Calgary Flames jersey.
Yeah.
Cut some strips off that later.
No, easy.
Mike was wondering about when you do a dropper. Do you guys like to tie off the shank or the tail?
Shank.
Well, I tie all my grasshoppers with a little loop of line behind it, so I could kind of like tie it on my line and then run, like you kind of half hitch it around there, and then you slide it through the little loop that you have tied on the back of your fly, which keeps it perfectly straight in line, which drags it right perfectly behind, and there's less tangles and all that, right? And then you don't have a connection to worry about.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. How do you tie that line on when you do your hook? How do you attach it? Do you just use the thread, or do you tie it to the hook then?
Well, you run your line through backwards through the eye of the hook, and then back through it again. And then you got a little loop on the top of your hook, on the top of your fly. You just loop that around the fly now, and it kind of makes it adjustable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a pro at it by any means. It's just something I learned on TV. And then you can adjust the grasshopper up and down your leader, and then you don't have a connection. You don't have to tie it to the shank. You don't have to have none of that. It's all just in one line.
Yeah.
Sweet.
See, if you hook up on your top fly, does it slide down, or does it tighten up just at that spot?
Well, yeah, it'll slide down if it gets pulled on like a really big fish, but most fish don't. I've never caught one big enough to rip it down to the bottom, and even if it did rip it down to the bottom, it would just pretty much stop right there, right?
Oh yeah, no, I was just wondering, like, it's a neat. I've never done it that way before. It's kind of interesting setup.
Yeah, it seems to work pretty good, but I can never catch fish on it, so.
Yeah, no, I go off the back of the hook when I do my droppers.
I like off the back of the hook because then I can adjust how it sits in the water. So if I want it straight underneath, or if I want it trailing a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then depends on the dropper too and how big the top fly is. If I've got a big hopper on there or something, I can throw a pretty big nymph on the bottom.
Yeah.
So then I'll just put that right down to the bottom, and then it'll just sit there.
Yeah, no, droppers I think are one of the best things going when you're on those cold water streams.
Really?
You'll go like 50% of fish at least on a dropper.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that quite often. But you'll catch a lot more on that dropper than on your dry fly.
And don't even need to be bouncing bottom either. Just running mid water column, it works really well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go like 3 feet below that stimulator, and I'll just be a small, like, I don't even know what this is. I just tie a little black nymph. It's too much light, and just do little micro legs with a bead head. And they do awesome, because if you flip any of those rocks, it's all just small mayflies, pretty much tiny mayflies.
Yeah.
And stoneflies in those cold streams, so it works great. But back on more of the spring thing, you guys, for fishing those ponds right now, are you just trolling something? Are you doing a corky with a balance something? What are you kind of doing right now to target those fish? Say rainbows right now.
I'm running two chronomids on a deeper leader.
Yeah.
Got them sitting about 5 to 6 feet apart, right? I got, one of each different kind that's working, and just pretty much going around with my fish finder, find the feeding fish that are suspended and stopping and fishing them. I've been finding them in 18 feet of water all the way up to 12 feet of water. And it seems like as long as I find those feeding fish, I just stop my boat and fish, and I'm nailing fish.
How far are you usually going down, or are you just reading your fish finder where they're suspended at, kind of?
Pretty much reading the fish finder, but I usually go about a foot off bottom, and then I got the other one that's about 6 feet off bottom.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll add a third one and put it right at the surface too, like about a foot under the surface. That sometimes, if they're rising a lot, that really works.
Yeah, Mike was wondering what depth is the most consistent you're finding those fish at?
About 14 feet, 12, 14 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually right on bottom.
Do you guys go for a lot of tiger trout?
Yeah,
Never have.
I was catching a bunch this weekend pretty consistently on streamers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
so
you,
you just pound the banks with the streamer and troll it around and you're catching them, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
They were hitting chronomids too, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had luck just pounding the bank and bringing it back out.
Oh,
The
yeah,
small
they're
streamers.
all over that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't find them out in the depths more in like that 6 to 8 foot range. I find I
Yeah.
catch more in that area. And Bobby, have you caught a tiger yet?
I have never caught a tiger yet.
Oh.
Never, haven't attempted.
Oh, they're
Well,
great.
yeah, they're fun. Super aggressive.
Yeah, it's like you always think it's way bigger than it is, eh?
Yeah.
Perfect. Those are the best fish.
Yeah, no, you'll have to come up one day.
Yep, for sure.
We'll take the tinny out and get a couple.
Yeah. They're starting to stock them almost everywhere now too, right?
Yeah, I think everything. Like my dad was out at Dixon Trout Pond last week, I think, and they're actually getting some size in there, getting a lot chunkier too. So,
Oh, nice.
and the rainbows they're making the winter, so that's good to see.
The fish they're stocking are healthy fish when they start growing, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it seems like the stocking program's been working better and better lately.
Oh, yeah.
Been seeing a lot more bigger trout than in the past, for sure. I don't know if it's a different breed or that they're getting or a strain, but it seems like those fish are getting bigger faster.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like you seem to see a lot more females than you do males, but you know,
Yeah.
they all fight the same.
Logan was wondering what color of streamer you like to run for a tiger.
Oh, I got these really nice ones that I made. They're black with gunmetal up front. They're just small ones. They're tied on a size 8 hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I use squirrel tail for the body of it, and then that gunmetal colored dubbing up front with a fish skull on it. Dynamite. They wouldn't leave it alone.
Is that kind of like a dace color? Those browner kind of imitating? Because I know on a lot of lakes around here that you see just a ton of those little dace and stickleback, and I think they focus on those in that shallower water.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what minnow it imitates because I don't know of any black and blue minnows in there, but
Oh, black and blue.
yeah, they're all over it.
That's just a beat up minnow. Yeah, I don't have one, but I got one that I don't know where it is. I guess I should tie more, but I use like a small barbell, like gunmetal too, with a brown kind of body, then just a little flash in it. And it seems to just destroy them, and the big rainbows that are in shallow in that earlier morning. It seems like they focus on those small minnows in tight for that first bite, and you can crush some big fish.
Oh yeah, there's big fish in the shallows up until about like 9, 10 in the morning. If you want to pound those shallow areas with a streamer of some kind, it's definitely worth it.
Oh yeah.
You might not catch a lot of fish, but you'll catch one where it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to do that more.
Yeah.
Catch the big one. Do you have you guys gone for any brookies this year yet?
No.
No, I actually don't catch very many brookies at all. I plan on trying a little bit more this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I've
little
only caught
better.
brookies a couple times.
I think the falls anyway, it's a better time to target brook trout for sure. We're in that pre-spawn than going into the spawn there. First ice and last bit of open water. Perfect time, I think, for those bigger brookies.
Yeah, my brookie spot doesn't open till June, and they're not very big. Fun on the 2-weight though.
Yeah, 2/8 are sweet. What for? Do you guys ever target browns in the lakes?
Yeah, we catch pretty good browns in the lakes. Caught a couple last week that were not too bad.
Are you staying shallower for them too, or?
Actually, I caught them on chronomids too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were out in the deep too. But I truly believe that they do like to cruise the shallows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's a good. They're like a tiger trout, right?
Yeah.
Heavy
For
predator.
those big snacks.
Yeah, first and last light kind of thing.
Yeah. And then, like if there's a hatch happening, they just follow suit with all the rest of the fish, right? But
is there a preference in water temperature when you're using different imitations like minnows, leeches, chronomids? I know back swimmers, they all kind of have their time of year.
Yeah.
What would you say this time of year that you're focusing on tossing for as a fly that will catch a wide range of trout?
oh yeah, definitely chronomids, because like there's so many different bugs hatching right now and they all start out like chronomids, right? And then these fish are going nuts over them.
Yeah, chronomids, emergers.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
kind of what colors are you guys running for your chronomids?
silver and red and silver and orange with black.
Yeah, silver and black. And I got a couple like they're just like a flash, so it's kind of got a multicolor to it.
Oh yeah. Do you do a bead head?
No,
Yeah.
I don't like the beads ones.
I like
No?
green ones, eh?
No, I make mine like a buzzer style. I just use a 2 times heavy hook.
Oh yeah.
More
Do you
natural.
Do you ever do the little tuff off the top, kind of like it's kind of emerging, or?
Yeah, I put those 2 little horns on it with the little whiskers on top. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. I've been fishing whitefish a lot. Do you guys ever get out for whiteys this time of year?
Not lakes, just Rockies. The only whitefish I ever catch.
Not in the spring, but I've gone out to Sylvan a couple times in the summertime and had fun with them, and we get some pretty good ones on Wobman too sometimes.
Yeah, I hear Waldman's going pretty good lately for big whiteys.
Oh, they've always been there. Just more people are starting to notice them, right?
Oh yeah. Are they fishing the flats or fishing suspended ones more?
Well, pretty much you just use like a wire worm or a chronomid, or even like a hare's ear nymph or something like that. Something that looks like a damselfly. And put it
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 feet under an indicator and just fish where they're at. If you know they're there and you just fish for them, you'll catch them. They're hungry.
Do you run a balanced one?
No, I usually just tie it on a loop knot and let it wiggle.
Oh yeah. We got these little tiny buggers, which are balanced
Oh yeah.
bead head. Then I have a tinier ones that we cast out to them when spot fishing, which is a beadhead damsel too, but we have them in red and everything.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah,
it
they
just
love
depends.
damsels.
Yeah, they're a go-to for sure.
Yeah.
And they're such soft bite. Like if you're sight fishing them, if you think they're close to your hook, just watch for the head turn or mouth open,
Oh
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
add some pressure because they probably hit it, but you can't feel them.
yeah. Very
Yeah,
quick bites, eh?
Yeah, quick in and out. Racks of these little guys.
Oh yeah.
And the red was really good last year. This more red bead heads.
Oh yeah.
And the squiggly worm's always a good one.
Oh, is it? That thing
Yeah.
catches everything, eh?
Squiggly worm is a machine.
I've seen that thing catch monsters of everything. I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Even through the ice, they're go-to for trout.
Oh yeah, they're good.
I like running these as well.
Oh yeah.
They do very well.
Oh nice.
Yeah. No, whiteys are a blast. On the 3-weight, they're such a hard fighting fish.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have fun with them.
Pardon?
I said, yeah, we have fun with them for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to get away from them. That's all I've been doing lately. Just because it's so close and fun.
Yeah.
You can go out pretty much any time of the day and toss some flies at some whiteys on the flats, and you're going to have some fun for sure.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool for sure.
And probably a good sunburn by the end of the day.
Yeah.
But do you guys fish smaller streams a lot or more stick to the bigger rivers?
I'm a small stream guy.
Yeah.
That's my preference.
I haven't fished much small streams, but I plan on doing it more because that's where those brookies are. I want to go catch some brookies.
Yeah, brookies are a blast.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, no, there's some great streams out west for sure.
Yeah,
Just get away from the road.
Guy.
Pardon?
I said I'm a cutthroat guy, so I like all the mountain streams but I like getting off the beaten path. Like you'll have your mains, but then if you start, we call it, or I'm sure you guys have heard the term blue lining. You just follow just watersheds and just follow those unnamed creeks. Find those, and you find some pockets, and sometimes they hold big fish.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We don't got no trout streams up here. I wish.
You got the grayling.
Yeah, we got the grayling. Well, we can catch bull trout in those grayling holes, I guess.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. What's your biggest grayling?
16 inches, I'd say. We don't usually measuring tape, but I know that I did measuring tape one that was 15 3/4 of an inch.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm sure that wasn't my personal best.
Sweet.
Yeah, I never got a grayling.
And you got to get on the list here.
Yeah. I tried the local recycling hole for grayling, but never got one out of there.
They're damn near impossible to measure.
Yeah.
They're the most slipperiest fish in Alberta.
The slipperiest?
Yeah.
Slipperier than a little hammer handle?
Like you can't even hold on to them.
Yeah.
Dark.
That's why everyone takes pictures of them in the net, because they can't hold them.
They like flopping like a whitey.
Yeah, and they ooze like a pike. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the water conditions this year, I think all across the board, everything's super low. Do you guys feel that there's going to be some rivers shut down this summer with that new legislation put in?
I would think so. If we don't get the water in the spring here, and we don't, and it stays warm, for sure they're gonna shut them down.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way it's going, it'll be worse than last year.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, for sure. Because I think they just have like an average snowfall in the mountains still, or just above. But if it keeps coming out at the slow rate it is, it might not fill up as fast as it usually does. Like lots of the reservoirs there's barely anything there. Do you guys, pardon?
Well, I was gonna say, I think there's a bit of mismanagement on some of the reservoirs too, with the bigger ones like Ghost and all that, with how the water flows, the control of them are. So that's going to be detrimental too.
And down there, I heard they're starting another dam.
Yeah, Springbank.
Yeah. I heard everything just got signed for that.
Yeah.
The landowners.
There.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. How much do you think that'll affect the bow, having that?
Yeah, it's all depends how they do it. It's just so tough to say.
Yeah.
I'm not expertised enough into that, but I would think it will have some effect. It'll definitely have effect on the elbow.
Yeah.
So which it really would affect the bow as well, but hopefully it's managed quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, something kind of has to happen there. By all the people, everyone's saying it's getting beat up, and I'm surprised they didn't have like a limited guides on per day and start kind of going the BC route on some of these rivers.
Yeah.
Well, I think that will happen soon enough. I know they're soon they're going to have. I think it is even this season that you have to obtain a guide license.
No, didn't go through this year.
Okay, yeah. So that's happening soon though.
Yeah, because I talked to a guy from, I think it was ACA at the Edmonton Boat Show, and it didn't go through because they want to just keep asking more guides this year on stuff, I guess, and just putting in a little more time instead of just dropping it on and being mismanaged, I believe. So it kind of came up pretty quick, and you know how those ideas go through when you just kind of throw an idea at something, then it's like, oh, that didn't work. But yeah. What I don't know. What's like your favorite? I don't want to give away your hot spots. I was just gonna say, like, do you like being in the mountains more, Bobby, than fishing?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Than fishing like the lower stretches of the Crow or something.
Yeah, I'd rather fish, like up off the 40 than go down to the lower Crow. I'd rather catch a 20-inch cutthroat over a 30-inch rainbow.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I am. So.
What's your go-to cutthroat hook?
Oh, Purple Haze probably. Purple Haze is my.
That worked really good for me when I was cutthroat fishing.
Purple Haze, Fat Alberts. Fat Alberts are always good. But yeah, that's and bull trout. Best thing about cutthroat and bull trout is they're always in such pretty places.
Yeah. Yeah, always in nice locations.
Yeah.
Do you guys use pontoons, belly boats, or tinnies? What's kind of your go-to?
I use my tinny. I've had pontoon boats, and I like them too, but I just never had anyone to use them with for however many years I had them, so I just ended up getting rid of them, and now I use my tinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had pontoons, belly boats, all that. Now I just got the John boat, so that's where.
I bring too many fishing rods for little boats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I still like my belly boat for the quad end trips or a hike-in trip, but.
Oh yeah.
If I got a choice of going in the boat or going walking, though, I take walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Do you guys like to target pike this time of year in the lakes? Is there a certain structure you're looking for, or depth that you're kind of concentrating on?
I'd go probably like 6, 8 foot, maybe even up to 4, right along the shores, early day. I'd be kind of
I'll look for like the northeast facing bays, the ones that get the most sun, that are warm, where there's you want kind of shallow water. Those big pike are going to be kind of basking in those shallower areas, right?
Yeah.
If there's a stream coming in from somewheres, that's a good place to go look.
And you guys like the morning and last light, or do you do any afternoon fishing for them this time of year?
Well, we usually fish all day and all night, and usually only catch fish in the morning and the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'd fish morning and night, but yeah, day and throughout the day, but that's same, pretty much same.
For that midday bite, are you changing the depth when you're fishing for them, or are you just still in the same area?
Searching all over.
Use your fish finder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once they go deep, they'll be suspended. They won't go too far down because it's too cold down there.
Yeah. Just follow the top of those drop-offs pretty much.
Yeah.
They'll be hanging right on that edge.
For sure, yeah. They're almost too predictable at this time of year.
Yeah.
Once they take off to the deeps for the summer, then they become a rare catch, right? Then you're really pounding out 5 a.m. fishes and staying out there till 11 at night waiting for them to come back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I find that deeper cabbage in the summer, you get into that 18-foot of water, they'll hang out on the edge of that or right in it because it gives their shade. There's whitefish around them all the time. You got food and shelter, so I always do really good at that for the summer pike bite anyways. Do you guys ever target walleye with the fly rod?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Do you
usually
like
have pike fish fly catch, I guess.
Yeah. Do you fish for them in the same area, or do you go do you fish for more in the river for them with the fly rod, or do you we'll go concentrate on a lake?
Both. I got the North Saskatchewan River right here, so I fish it quite often, right? Catch walleye out there. And then if I'm out at the lake and I'm fly fishing for them, I'll just run a long ass leader with a bobber and use like a balanced leech or a balanced minnow.
Well, another Flames fan.
Yeah. I think there's more Flame fans than Oilers. Actually, I think it's pretty even on there. Is there any other tips you'd like to focus on? I know we should probably talk about fish handling.
Yeah, fish handling. Have a good net. If you're in a boat, have a good net so your net can go all the way in the water. So once the fish is in the net, the fish can stay in the water while you're unhooking it. All that's a good idea. Good advice, use strong leaders. Don't underestimate your leaders. You got nothing to prove. Just use a strong leader. You'll be sorry one day for not. That's what I say. You use a light leader because you want to be that. I don't think I should use this type of leader or that type of leader, and then you break a good fish off. That's gonna suck.
Yeah. If you're targeting big pike, and you're in a boat, maybe best option might be to get yourself a cradle. Make a cradle.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot easier. Or any other fish you're targeting, bigger fish like sturgeon, cradle would help.
Yeah, cradle's the way to go on those bigger fish.
Yeah, because you can keep them in the water while you're unhooking them. That's the best.
Yeah, unless you can get to the shore and hop out with them.
Well, and then you got time to, if you want to take a picture with it, the fish is good in the net. You can take your time, let the fish revive itself, then take your picture and put it back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're not pulling the big fish up in a tiny net.
right? You could take pictures of it in the net. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
I
good idea
find those
to have a good net.
bigger pike usually need that extra time to sit with them after
Yeah,
a good battle.
when you battle a fish like that, it's exhausted. Usually, you got to hold on to him for a couple minutes before he'll take off by himself. If you just
Oh,
let that fish torpedo to the bottom, it's never going to survive.
no, it'll be belly up right away.
Yeah, but if you took a couple minutes to just hold him and let him revive himself and catch his breath, he'd be gone like a bullet.
Yeah. Yeah, spend that extra time. Just because he kicked once, don't let him go. So you'll probably have to chase him with the boat to
Yeah,
grab
make
him
sure he
again.
swims away from you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And try to keep your hands out of the gills
Yeah,
as
for
much
sure.
as possible. I know if you've angled for a long time, you kind of know the spot, you know where to kind of grab it. But for people just starting, keep your hands out of there till you get more experience, because it doesn't take much to chop up your hand and mess up some gills, and that fish is not going to have a good day.
Oh, I got a good tip too. Before you pick up your fish for your picture, take the hook out of its mouth.
Yeah.
I've had a few hooks in my hand because I was trying to pick up the fish while it had a hook hanging out of its mouth. And then it kicks off and you end up dropping the fish, and then you end up with a hook stuck in your hand and you're also stuck to the fish. It's not fun.
No, that wouldn't be. Troubles are dangerous.
No, yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, when I catch a pike, I get him in the net, he stays in the water, take the hook out, hook's far away from him, and then you can take your pictures and no one gets hurt.
For sure.
Yeah, they're usually big hooks too when you're pike fly fishing.
Oh yeah, like they're not nice.
Yeah.
No, they'll get you. Yeah, try to cuff the belly too on any fish. Don't just hold them by their
Yeah,
gills or whatever. It's hard on their backs. You can break them. Just caress them pretty much.
yeah,
Just cuff the body.
yeah. Like anything, don't stress the fish out too much, right? If the fish gets stressed, he's gonna have a hard time after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
sure you have your tools ready.
Pardon?
Yeah, proper tools. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know, your mouth spreaders, your pliers, or whatever you need to get the hooks out of the fish as clean as possible. That's what you should do.
Yeah. Just have them right there.
You know, those mouth spreaders look mean and everything, but so does cramming a pair of pliers down the fish's throat and ripping hooks out of them, right?
Yeah.
At that
Yeah.
point, you're kind of like, what's the best way, right? So,
Yeah. The spreaders work great on pike, and I have a long set of forceps that I just leave
yeah,
attached to my bibs or whatever I'm wearing then, so it's always right there.
yeah,
You don't
it's a
gotta
good
just
idea.
gathering for them. Any fish.
I think we've all
Forceps
been
work
there
great.
before where we hooked a pike and we're like, oh, god damn, I don't have pliers, right? Like, or I don't have this or that. It's not good.
Second pike I ever caught was out of a central trout stream I won't name, and I was fishing for browns. I didn't even think there was pike in there, and I got a 37-inch pike, and I didn't know what to do. It's like fuck. I only got a small set. All right, let's do it. Luckily, I was running barbless hook, and he just eventually I got him by his tail. He spit the hook, and it was all right. But yeah, make sure.
But yeah, that could get ugly.
Yeah, your trout forceps aren't good for pike fishing.
Yeah. Not trout ones.
No.
Yeah.
You guys have any plans for the upcoming weekend or trips for the summer?
I'm still not too sure about this weekend yet, but I plan on hitting a little bit of more rivers now. Kind of done with the ponds for a bit.
Yeah. What are you going to target? Browns or?
Well, I want to go target some grayling, to be honest, but
That's
See, we'll
couple.
see how that goes. I went up to try to catch some grayling just the other day, and I couldn't find one to save my life. So.
Oh yeah. Well, most of the streams open on the 16th, I think, the more catchable ones.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And the cutties, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Might even be a decent early season. Usually opening day in the mountains is pretty high runoff, but it's looking pretty low right now.
Yeah, the way the temperature is over the next couple of weeks, it looks like it could be a nice steady flow out, but that is to be determined, I guess.
I've never seen the North Saskatchewan so low.
Yeah.
It's like it's 5 feet lower than low water. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what they do this year because I think across the board everything's super low.
Yeah,
And
water temperatures are going to go up in a hurry.
yeah, it's going to be interesting fishing. But good thing about low water, they're all concentrated.
That's right.
But there's just that much more stress on those pools.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it plays out. Hey, are any of you guys doing the Cold Lake Derby this year? This summer one?
No, not me.
No. Yeah, I think I'll probably sneak up there. I've never fished it in the summer, so pretty excited.
Oh, really? Me and
No.
BJ went there. We caught like 80 Lakers each.
Yeah, the summer is way different than the winter.
Oh yeah, it was a straight one after another all day for like 12 and a half hours straight.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It'll be sweet. Lakers have kind of been my new thing. It kind of got me addicted over the last couple of years, especially ice fishing, just watching them on the flasher.
It's fun, eh? Watching them chase up on the flasher and yeah.
Oh yeah, just ripping it.
Oh yeah, you can't rip it fast enough, eh?
No.
I had one almost come right out of the hole.
Yeah, I had one like that too. I was filming with Jim on Dime Store. I think we're like 100 and some feet, and I brought this thing up off the bottom, and I'm ripping. I'm looking down the hole. I'm like, oh man, it's getting close. Then I look, and I just see him burn right at the top, and I just drop really quick and catch him like 10 feet under. Then he just goes right back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun fishing, that is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mike, I might have to hit you up on the kayak for the Derby, but I know August is going to be pretty busy, so we'll have to see. Well, our time is done. I'd like to thank you guys for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Bobby, I know you're busy at work, but you can always build some more rods for people, can't you?
Always. The Rod Lab, Instagram.
Yeah, that's where they can find you and check out your gear. There's lots of, Bobby does some sweet rods, fly rods, everything. So check them out.
Oh,
And
sweet.
Chris, where can they find you, Chris?
You can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Alberta on the Fly. I have a Instagram page, Alberta on the Fly, but that's all I got. So look up Alberta on the Fly. You're going to find me.
Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and hopefully you get out on the weekend. Go fishing, Bobby.
Thanks for having us on, eh?
Work.
Yeah. We'll see everybody next week. We have Unguided Yukon on, talking Yukon, hunting and fishing. So tune in. It's going to be an amazing show. Thanks for everybody for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday.